All right, for number 9, I'm going to show you 2 ways to solve it, because the second one might be a little bit easier for you. We're dealing with a regular polygon. I went ahead and underlined it. So I'm going to follow the steps that I would normally do with the regular polygon, which basically says I'm first going to find the central angle. Okay, our central angle is 360 divided by the number of sides. How many sides we have is 4. So 360 divided by 4. I'm running out of a little room here, but that's 90. And then I'm going to find my vertex angle. And my vertex angle is the angle when I use my right triangle. So at the top is with the radius and the bottom, and I just take half the central angle. So I'm taking half of the 90, and I get 45. Okay? Now, I'm going to label my right triangle. If you look right now, we don't have that right triangle, but I want you to understand this 6 root 2 that they're trying to show you is the radius. Okay? So I'm going to draw an apothem and another radius so I can create the right triangle. I'm going to do my apothem going this way. Apothem always goes from the center to the side, and it's perpendicular and it bisects that side. And then I'm going to draw my radius down going from the center to this vertex over here. So I can now see I have a right triangle. And that radius is 6 root 2. And my vertex angle, this angle between them, is 45. Because we have just created the special right 45, 45, 90. So the legs are going to be congruent. So because I have the 6 root 2, that is the hypotenuse in the right triangle. The legs are congruent. So if you want to look at it again, I'm just going to redraw it. This is leg, leg, whenever we're dealing with the 45, 45, 90. And this is leg, square root of 2. The hypotenuse is always leg, square root of 2. Well, I already see I got 6 square root of 2, so I'm hoping you see that our leg is 6. Okay? Just work backwards, divide. So this apothem is 6. This is 6. So this would be 6 as well. So now I can see my whole side is, yes, correct, 12. Okay? Now, I did the first 2 steps. I just did the third step. The third step is using Pythagorean theorem, special rights, or trig to find your A or your S. So our A is our 6. Our side is the 12, and now the fourth step is just to plug it in into the formula, which is apothem times perimeter divided by 2. So we have the A, we have the side. We need to find this perimeter. I'm going to do it over here to the side. To find the perimeter, I'm just doing 4 times 12, which gives me, correct, 48. So my apothem is 6 times my perimeter, which is 48. Probably should have wrote that over here too. And then I'm going to divide by 2. I'm just basically working the formula. I'll just give that away. Don't want you to get that confused. A is right here. All right, so we're going to do, we can do the 6 times the 48 and then divide if we want to, or we can basically take half of our 6, and do 3 times 48. And then we get our area to be 144. And we don't have the unit, so unit squared. Alright, so that's using regular polygon formula. A times P divided by 2. So I'm going to show you another way, okay? And this might be a little bit faster, easier for you. So if I know this is my radius, right? The 6 root 2. And if I draw another radius, that's also 6 root 2. So both of those 6 root 2. And we know the central angle is 90. So this side, if I do just the radii, if I just use 2 radii, this side is my hypotenuse because it's opposite the right angle. The hypotenuse is taking the leg, which I did earlier, radical 2. So I'm saying 6 root 2 times root 2. The 2's are both inside, so those can be multiplied together. We get 6 square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2, so basically we said 6 times 2 is 12. So basically what I'm saying is if you get to the 12, and we know this is a side, and we know it's a square, and I know how to get the area as doing length times width, then I can just do 12 times 12 and not have to worry about radicals anymore and get 144. So I'm not going to stress on you must use A times P divided by 2. No. Whatever method you use, you just have to do it correctly. All right? All right, so on number 10, I put up here some facts that you need to memorize. Let me break this down real quick. 1, find the scale factor. Either you're using the ratio because you have, this is when you're given sides, okay? This is when we're doing second to first. This is when we have sides. All right? Or I read it in the problem, and I use that scale factor. Whatever the scale factor is, we want to always simplify it, reduce the fraction. Then, this is the thing we need to memorize. For perimeter, that's the type, I wrote that wrong. It stays the same. It's the same as the scale factor. Nothing changes. For area, you have to square the scale factor. So the key to this is you're going to have to read and you have to find the scale factor. It's either in the picture or with words. So on 10, it says the dimension of a rectangle are tripled. Describe the effect on the perimeter P and the area A of the new rectangle. So of this problem, tripled tells me my scale factor. My triple means times 3. So that means that my scale factor is 3, okay? So for perimeter, it stays the same. So for perimeter, I'm going to times 3. For area, you have to square the scale factor. So I take that scale factor that I have, and then I square it. So area would be times 9. So this was B. And this format is exactly how you're going to see it on your test. All right, so that takes care of 9, 10. Fast forward, if you already had this, to 11, and get your review done. Almost there. Show you how to study with some PowerPoint slides. Thanks.